Probably first and foremost, healthcare. Healthcare has the Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act, which was recently passed. And this is the first time we've had federal legislation requiring any industry to notify on a federal level. This has impacted healthcare greatly because prior to this bill, they were not specifically required by a majority of those states that required notification. Another area is within retail. Retail has been hit by a number of breaches, and the area that's really causing them a lot of concern is the cost shifting that's occurring with financial institutions. Financial institutions are the ones that have really been holding the costs associated with breaches of credit card information. That breach actually causes financial loss for the loss of funds as well as reissuance of cards. Financial institutions are now shifting those costs back to retailers, and that's been a very, very large financial loss driver for the retail industry. One mistake that a lot of public entities make is that they feel that they have immunity. But in fact, with these breaches, what we're finding is that the immunity doesn't really apply with breaches of private information. One industry that's been greatly impacted is education, both higher ed and high schools and charter schools. What they're finding is that a lot of these universities are looking to notify individuals of breaches, even if they're not technically required to under the state notification laws. So you want to take a look at your policy to make sure that you have the option for voluntary notification as well. The educational sector is also concentrating on social media, getting involved in social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter. They're really struggling with balancing how they're getting involved with these types of sites because on the one hand they want to make sure that they're protecting their students, but they also don't want to overstep those bounds. So they need to establish specific procedures for how they're going to be involved in these types of sites. Financial institutions have been involved and been exposed to this for a very long time, and they're a little bit more experienced in the sector. But what we're finding is that the amount of activity, the amount of losses specifically targeted at financial institutions is very much on the rise. And the loss of funds associated with that is becoming a very problematic for these institutions. So they need to not only look at their network security and privacy policies, but specifically look at their financial institution bond and electronic computer crime policies as well.